Everybody, before we get started, we just want to give you a disclaimer. Today, our babysitter is not feeling very well, so we have our cheering in the studio with us. We got the baby and our 13-year-old Nasaya. A lot of you out there know what's going on with Nasaya and her seizures and everything. So we definitely want to be very close to her while we're doing this session. So just bear with us. Hey, we're a family. We stick together and we figure it out. I don't know if y'all hear the baby. I think I gotta go change a diaper. Go ahead, Daddy.
Wow. This is an actual session that my wife recorded by herself. She found the track, loved it, wrote to it immediately, and then now it's time for me to jump on in and be the cleanup crew. So my job, which is I come in, I listen to it to see where it's at so far. I listen to like if there's anything just too dynamic. Like for example, as you already know, a lot of y'all here, where something is either too loud or something's too soft, I will particularly go through and I'll start cutting specific words to make sure things are all lined up. It's like even like for example, like right here, you'll see I've already kind of gone through to kind of adjust these, but these kind of all over the place for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in a little bit more right here. So I know some of you guys like to go ahead and have it zoomed in like this. It makes the waveform look a little bit bigger. Me personally, I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me. Just as long as I know what it sounds like is good, and it wasn't recorded distorted for the most part. So for me, I know that I can look at this as a tool. Like even though right here normally someone will just grab this and start moving it left or right and whatever, but I can say okay, if my waveform is about that tall and about that high, it's a good starting place. But I'll try to keep that as a good rule of thumb to kind of see, okay, well, if it's right here, as far as how tall and as far as like how big it is, then okay, I'll use this as a good rule of thumb to kind of bring stuff out. Because I know, again, like I just mentioned earlier, certain things can be lower in volume, some things can be a lot louder. So I will go in and start cutting that stuff to kind of balance as I move along. Now, I have to keep in mind certain words may need to pop out a little bit more, like sometimes towards the end, as you can see, like it looks a little like how it looks right now. Like I may just kind of increase a few things here, a few things there. It's just very, very subtle. But what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking about far as the compressor that is going through. I don't want to overwork the compressor, but I do want to have the compressor bring out whatever it can from the vocal, depending upon what compressor I'm using. Yeah. So if anything moving forward, at least I'm gonna stop talking and play something.
Lord, I know that you call me to be the wife that endures. I have to say that I'm sorry, 'cause I'm tired, Father, don't see no cure.
So yeah, that sounds pretty good. I know you can't see this right now because you can only see this one screen, but on the other screen, I have my actual mixer window. You can kind of see what I'm using, and I'll maybe do that in this video, maybe the next one. But for right now, moving forward, my whole idea is to kind of just show you, just zooming in. I see that I actually did some editing here to where, yep, I increased this by 5 dB. I see on this clip right here, didn't have to touch, but it's a good example because before, this is showing that it's been increased by 5 dB. So before I even touched it, it was looking like this. So, like I mentioned, I have to bring this stuff up, try to give it a good bit of a balance per section as I go through. Because again, don't want to work the compressor too hard. Because if it doesn't cross that threshold, it's not really going to do anything. But I want it to kind of be a bit consistent going through, so I'm just barely hitting that compressor, whether it's my first compression plug in or maybe the second, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, moving forward, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Quick
So
sip.
what we're going to be doing is I'm going to show you before my husband touched everything up. I'm going to give you the dry stems. I'm going to even take it back all the way from the process of me picking out the music and then writing the melody, just the vocal melody, and then the lyrics. And then we're going to give you the finished product. And I believe it's going to be a blessing to you because the subject is on marriage. A lot of us are dealing with things in our marriages, and sometimes it can be bumpy. I don't know why you looking like that.
What? I'm sorry. It's bumpy.
Our marriage, on the other hand, it's perfect.
Bumpy. Who's the bumpiest?
We are.
Daddy.
Oh, dang. Dang, I'm trying to include us and finger pointing me. Okay. I see how it works. That makes
But
sense.
this is going to be a blessing to all of you out there who are dealing with something and you're taking your marriage to God and you're like, Lord, help me. And it's entitled Love and Respect. It's coming from the aspect of the word that God teaches the man to love his wife and the wife to respect her husband. So we hope that you enjoy this. Check it out. Don't forget to look at the description box below, so you can go to my channel as well to hear certain songs that might be a blessing to you, and also go over to our voice channel, which will also be in the description box. We're doing a lot of things, and it's just our year. It's our year to step out. So we hope you enjoy this video, this little short clip. And thank you guys again for your time coming over to Ben's Bites.